Hi folks, I want to show you today a little trick how to cheat on this Pokemon app. I don't play it myself, but my son does, and he asked me how he could simulate other positions, other locations than the one he currently is, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do is to first install the Apple developer tool, which is called Xcode. Therefore, you open the App Store app on your Mac. Sorry, PC, no chance. Also on your Mac. You search for Xcode, and on my device, it's on my Mac, it's already installed, but there you find this one here, Xcode. You have to install it, and in addition, you need to test it on a real device. You need to register as a developer. That's free. If you don't want to publish it in the App Store, it's free, and it just takes a few minutes. You need your Apple ID that you surely have if you have an iPhone, and then you just say, okay, this Apple ID should be a developer Apple ID as well, and then everything's done. So after you downloaded it, it's quite a big app. It's 3.5 gig. After you downloaded it, you can start it. So download it, and then you should continue. Well, if you start Xcode, you start with a screen like this here. On the right side, you will see nothing. I'm an app developer, so I have quite a lot of apps, of own developed apps. What you do is you create a new Xcode project. Don't be afraid, you won't write a single line of code. Then you start with an iOS application and choose the single view application, which is the most simple one. You give it a name, whatever, and fill in an organization name, whatever you want, and you put in the third line, you put in an inverted domain URL. Means if you're, for example, you have a domain called hugo.com, you call it com.hugo, yeah, but it doesn't matter so much. So put in something here. You just save it somewhere, for example, on the desktop. I prefer to save it on the desktop so I can delete these test projects very fast. And okay, now we're done. You see on the desktop, you have a new folder, and here you are inside of this Xcode project. Looks horrible, I know, but don't worry, it's no problem at all. All you have to do is the project that Xcode created by itself, the empty project, will now be run on your device. If you select here, you see several simulators, but what you really want to do is you run it on your device. In this case here, it's Carl's iPhone, which is my current iPhone. And then you click on this start button. And after it's built, here you see it's building the application, this empty application, copying everything, and now it's already running. If your phone is locked, it gives you this here, unlock Carl's iPhone to continue. Well, of course yours, it's not Carl's iPhone, but well, you're unlocking on the device and it automatically runs and is shown on the device, but of course you see nothing. You see just a white blank screen. But that's not what we wanted. We wanted to tell the iPhone that it should be on another place. And as a developer for location services, you can't travel the whole world all the time. Apple has made a very cool thing. If you select in the debug menu the point simulate location, you find things like London, Johannesburg, Moscow, and so on to Rio de Janeiro. You have never traveled so fast. Just click on one of those and switch on your iPhone to the Maps application, for example. And if you say give me my current location, you know, the little arrow in the lower left side, on the lower left part of the screen, you will be exactly in Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, so it's so easy. And what works in the app of Apple, in the Maps app, also works in Pokemon. Yeah, so if you switch to Pokemon now, it will show you this place in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, this is, with this you would have, let me see, about 10 or 12 different locations, which is not so bad, but what is not really, really funny. But what you can do is you can add an own GPX file. GPX is a file where you can collect trip information. This collects the geographic position, the time, and so on. And what you can do is you can create GPX files from Google Maps, for example. I will put a link in the comments how you can do it and what you have to do to create these GPX files. But what you can do here is just select this debug, simulate location, add a GPX file, and just search for .gpx. Maybe you have already some kind of GPX files on your computer and you just don't know it. So in my case, you see here this one, which is not only a position, but a whole trip. This means if I use this location, I will find it here in my file area of Xcode. And now, without recompiling the application, I can say simulate location, and I see here Lil CFI, which is the name of the GPX file. And as soon as I start this one, you will see on your device that the whole trip is simulated. Yeah, with the movement and so on. So if you're playing Pokemon, this means that you're running around the street. This street that you just recorded. There are, with Google Maps, you can just define a trip, and there is another website, GPSes, which makes this trip well pass with a certain speed or in a certain time, which helps you to select or to collect all the Pokemons you find on the way while you're sitting at home. Okay, I hope this helped you a bit, and I hope you find this video useful. It's my first video here on YouTube, so don't be too too aggressive with your negative comments. Well, hope it helped, and have a nice day. Bye bye from Germany, Munich, Bavaria. Bye.